Hello, Bump Club Nation. How you guys doing? It's time. Yeah, I think it's time. We've got a few minutes, though. We'll let you guys kind of get in there and get in. Okay, but we're ready in the kitchen because we are going to make something tasty. That is our goal today. To make something yummy and tasty because, you know, sitting around at home, right? That's what we need. We need a good, tasty snack, but something that's nutritious that's going to give us a lot of nutrition. So, how are we doing? You are here with Cooking with Adita and Mila. And today we are going to be making No Bake Almond Cookies. Are you ready for this? The ingredients are listed below, so make sure you put in there. Give me highs. Hello, Chris. Tell me where you're from. Ooh, Buffalo. Kelly. Good. Come on, guys. Put it in there. And I have a list of some nutrition questions that people have been asking, so I'm going to go over those too as we're doing this. But today's recipe is in SuperPowers of the Family Kitchen, and you have the link to get this on there with the coupon too. So it's please get your book, man. Get your book, okay? But we've got No Bake Almond Cookies. There you go. California's in the house. Yes. Okay, so are you ready there?
Yes.
Okay. We are going to start with 1 cup of raw almonds. 1 cup. So we've got almonds. You're going to show off the almonds? There we go. We got almonds. Good. And we really want to make sure that they're raw because I want you to remember this. Nuts are perfect. Nuts and seeds, they're great when they're raw, but once they're roasted, the fat composition doesn't do very good for our bodies and kind of messes us up. So we want to make sure that's half a cup, so you got to do 2 of those. Yep. So we want to make sure that we're always eating raw nuts and seeds. Got it? And so that's why peanut butter is really not that great because it's roasted. Because if not, it would taste gross. So it's not the best because it's roasted and then they add in some oils and some other stuff to kind of make us like it, but it doesn't really give us back any nutrition. Oops, I'm running behind. Okay, you gotta blend those up first. You have to make a fine meal with those. That means make it grainy. It's gonna be loud, so get ready. It's gonna be loud. Here we go. Yeah, that was pretty loud. That was extra loud, I would have to say. Love almonds, yes we do. Okay, so now we are going to add in. We got to add in dates.
I don't think that's done.
Well, we're making cookies. Well, yeah, maybe we should do it one more time. Yeah, let's do it one more time. We're gonna have to do it one more time because you really want to get it into like a really coarse meal, but not chunks in there. We got chunks going on. So go for it, Missy. It's gonna get loud. Oh, I think that's much better. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so now. Yeah? Approval? It's approved? Okay. Listen, it's got to be approved by her. If not, you know, we're not going to get very far. Okay, so we got dates. And in our dates, we've got 1 cup of dates. I typically will get dates organic, but I had problems doing that. Especially when you're, you know, ordering from Amazon these days. Sometimes you just got to get what you got to get. But dates are awesome because dates are, they're going to be our sweetener. That's, yeah, you got to do 2 of those. They're going to be our sweetener, but guess what? Dates are also, they have a complete protein in them. So they're actually adding in more protein and sweetness into our yummy cookie. So, and of course, lots of vitamins and minerals, which we always love. And so that's going to be in there, right? You got it? You can add a couple more in there. Let's see. There, now put them in there.
Can I eat one?
You can eat one. She's the chef who's got to kind of munch on these things, right? Okay, this one shouldn't be as loud. Wait, let's see. We put on our dates. Oh, we got to put in our almond butter, vanilla, and salt. Almond butter is half of a cup. So you're going to have to take a spoon and spoon it kind of in there if you wanted to. How's that?
I know I should do this one first because then that one is not this. We'll get dirty once I put it in there.
What, the cacao's last. We're going to leave the cacao nibs for last. So here's our almond butter. Yep. And then we've got vanilla and we got a little bit of salt. That work for you guys? How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing at home? I hope you guys are doing good. Are you being like creative with your kids? Listen, I've got these guys cooking and cleaning. It's been a miracle. Ooh, we love almond butter. So the almond butter is raw, and it's about to fall. It's raw almond butter because again, we want to keep our nuts raw. You want help?
I think I got it.
I think you do got it. She's getting a whiz in the kitchen. And of course, we are using my Cuisinart, which I love. Hashtag Cuisinart. We just absolutely love Cuisinart. And it's the best thing that I can tell you that you really need to have is a food processor. Because I do everything in the food processor.
And especially for marinara sauce.
Oh yeah, marinara sauce. We do marinara sauce in the food processor.
If not, I won't eat.
Because she won't eat it if she sees what's in there. So we gotta make sure we blend it all up. Spring cleaning and cooking every day. Love it. Yes, yes, yes. Cooking. You know, it's amazing to me because when I would go to clients' houses and go talk to them about food and nutrition and all this kind of stuff, most people didn't know how to cook, which I kind of find it funny because I grew up where we ate and we cooked. And nowadays, most people would go out to eat, but not anymore. You guys got forced to eat in, and you got forced to learn how to cook if you don't know how to cook, which is fabulous. Because you know what? No matter how you look at it, your food is always going to be much more nutritious when you cook it yourself. Okay? I think you're good there. You can just kind of dump all that there, because then you're going to have to use a spoon to spoon it out in there. Put it kind of to the side. There we go. Cool. I love almond butter. So my snack of the day is always like an apple with almond butter. My best thing. Finally get to use the millions of kitchen toys we've collected. Yes, of course. You know, but you know, for those of you who aren't big foodies in the kitchen, if I had to tell you the kitchen toys that I love the best, we love the Food Saver. Food Savers are awesome. Food Processor, fabulous. My Vitamix, the blender, is another really good one. And my teapot. Okay, she's going to rinse off her hand. And my teapot. I have a Breville teapot, which to me is just, that's my salvation. Because I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink coffee, but I do drink tea because that is where I go. So having tea dates is how I find sanity. How do you guys find sanity? Leave that in the messages. I want to know. How do you guys find sanity during, you know, everything that's going on?
No.
Okay, now, did you put vanilla? We've got vanilla. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Teaspoons right there. There you go. I got all your tools out for you. Just call me the super sous chef. Because you're the chef, I'm the sous chef. Right?
No.
No. Is it tight? Oh, it might be tight because I closed it. No, there we go. Okay, teaspoons, 2 teaspoons. Yum. Let's see. No, we're all caught up with everybody here. Okay, so we're adding this in here. So here's what I want you to think about, okay? You know, we have this idea, and we've all done it to our kids and our families, is that, you know, treats and desserts and all this kind of stuff, well, but they don't have to be junky. So this is going to turn out really tasty, and yet it's going to give us back nutrition as opposed to robbing our body. So just dump it here. That's okay. I'll clean all this stuff up when we're done. It's all good. Okay, so we want to make sure that food gives us back nutrition. And I think that's now a little bit of salt. What do we got here? We got a 1/4 teaspoon of Celtic Sea Salt. Food is designed to give us nutrition. And so when we eat like...
It's a 1/4, right?
That says a half, mine says.
It's a 1/4.
It's the teeny, teeny, tiny one. Itty, bitty, bitty. That one. Right there, 1/4. So when you eat something like...
1 or 2?
Just 1. Like an Oreo cookie, there's no nutrition in there. So what happens is, it basically, in order for us to break down, digest it, it's got to steal nutrients from our body to do that. And it's not giving us anything in return. See, but something like this is actually going to give us nutrition and metabolize and break down. And bam, that's awesome, right?
I didn't put that much salt.
Okay, that's fine. I think we're good. You want to blend that up? Blend it up, my friend.
No, I didn't put that much salt because it's dissolved inside of it.
Oh, okay. Okay, there we go, cool. Got anything on there? I think it's going to get loud again. Be ready. It's going to get loud. Go. I think we're almost good. We might need a little bit more almond butter. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Can you make that into a cookie?
Into a cookie
Or is it too grainy? Or like a little ball? What do you think? Let me see. Oh no, that works just fine. So this recipe, how they taste? Not doing it for you? Does it need more dates then? That's the beauty about a recipe, is you can alter it. That's good.
It is good.
But You want more dates in it?
No, it's good.
Okay. So that's one of the things, most important things I think to teach children about recipes is that you can alter the flavor. Okay, so now with that, we're not gonna sit there and eat the whole thing. So what I did was, I have a cookie sheet with wax paper, and we're gonna make, although I ate this one, but we're gonna make these little ball cookies, and we're gonna stick them here. And then we're gonna stick them in the refrigerator so they kind of solidify just a little bit, and they're ready to go. So you ready to make? Or are you just gonna eat? It's pretty good. Okay. So in the recipe, it calls for cacao nibs. She doesn't like the flavor.
No, you don't know if I don't like it.
Well, here. Why don't you make one and add cacao nibs to it?
On top?
Yeah. Add it, but you need it with that because cacao nibs are kind of like, they're a little bitter. So add it with it. And if you like it, then we'll add the cacao nibs. What do you think? It's up to you. Okay, so as we're here, a couple of people have sent me questions, so I'm gonna try to start to answer some of these as we're going through. What does an ideal meal or snack look like for a child? So really, I want you to remember that children are very active, and they're not only active in what they're doing, but their brain is so active because it's learning all sorts of stuff, so they actually need a lot of calories kind of going through their body. But we need calories that keep them learning and paying attention and focused, okay? So when you think about that, you want to make sure that every single meal and snack includes a good quality protein, a little bit of fat, and of course carbohydrates, but your carbohydrates coming from fruits, vegetables, and unrefined grains. So what can that look like? That can look like, actually, this is going to sound weird, but this cookie could be that because we've got all the protein, right, from our nuts. We got fat from our almonds, right? We got some carbohydrates from our dates, and there's still some carbohydrates in the nuts, so that's actually kind of a really good snack, right?
Vanilla, but whatever.
The vanilla?
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but yeah.
Well, but vanilla has a little bit of minerals in there. Not too much of anything else, though. Are you going to start making cookies?
No, I need chocolate.
Oh, you want to put it in there?
I don't know.
Oh, you haven't decided yet. She's still deciding on the recipe. Okay, so on that note, every meal and snack should be this way. And here I want to explain why, okay? Carbohydrates is your immediate energy, the energy you need like right at this minute. Proteins and fats, they take longer to digest. So when they get combined with your carbohydrates, they extend that energy for a period of time. I hope that makes sense. So every time you eat, you have to think of your stomach as a blender, and everything gets blended together. So then once it gets blended together, then your body has to do something with it, right? So if you give a child a bowl of cereal and milk, that's going to metabolize really quickly. There's not enough protein in there. And if you wanted to even just kind of look at your label, you know, the food label that comes on, yeah, you know, like this kind of thing, the label on your cereal and check it out, I want you to check it out because ideally it should be the same amount of protein as the same amount of carbs. So if it says 40 grams of carbs, it should be 40 grams of protein. And so if it's not, it's just not enough. So what happens is you eat that, it metabolizes really quick because it's carbohydrates, and then all of a sudden you're hungry again. And kids don't really start to recognize that they're hungry, so they just start not paying attention, and they start looking around and doing all these things. I'm gonna make some of these, so at least we can get some of these done. Okay, and so then so we want them to pay attention, and we want them to learn at school and everything else. So we want to make sure that we're giving them plenty of protein to keep them satiated until it's either snack time or lunchtime at school, right? Except now that happens to be at home. So we still want to make sure that they're eating right. So now that you guys are home, I'm going to throw something in for that. Okay, see, like I made a little cookie. I'm going to put that down. Okay, so now that you're at home, this is what I want you guys to do. You've got to go in there, and I want you to look at your refrigerator, and I want you to look at the shelves that your kids can easily reach, that's at their eye level and their hand level, and make sure those shelves are full of healthy treats and food. Hummus, these kind of little cookie bits, smoothies, anything that they can get so that when they're hungry and they go into the refrigerator, they're getting things that you know are really, really good for them, okay? So that's super important. Then at the same time too, the junkier food needs to be up. It needs to be out of hand's reach for both you and your children. So move that stuff out. You know, it's funny. I've been getting a lot of messages from people going, oh, you know, I'm stuck at home and I'm eating all this food and I don't know what to do. But guys, this is such an opportune, there's your cookie. This is such an opportune moment. You don't like the cacao nibs? Okay, so don't put them in. This is an opportune moment for you to completely restructure your day, how you set up your refrigerator, how you eat, everything. Please use that time wisely. Don't get into buying all this junky junk food and eating all this stuff because you think like it's going to pacify you. It's not going to pacify you when you're 20 pounds overweight and you're like, oh my God, now I feel slow and tired and I can't believe I did that to myself. And then you're going to call me. Well, maybe I should encourage you to do that so that you'd call me. And then I can charge you for that service. Should I do that? No, I don't want to do that. I want you not to be eating that way. That's what I want you to do. I want you to think, really take pride in your body, and I want you to eat the right foods so that you make yourself superpower strong. That's really the important thing, okay? So now my next question was, what is the purpose of combining protein and carbohydrates? Well, kind of again, like I said, your protein, I call it cruise control, because it's really how long is the energy going to last in your system for. So if I know that I'm going to have breakfast at 6 a.m. and I can't have lunch until 1 or 2, my breakfast should be high protein, high fat, because I need it to stay in my system for a long period of time. Because if not, here's what happens. If not, all of a sudden, if I just had a bowl of cereal and milk, let's say at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I get into the office or I go somewhere or I'm home, I'm going to be famished within like an hour, hour and a half, and all of a sudden I'm going to raid the refrigerator, and that's when you eat the wrong things, okay? So we don't want to do that. So we got to really make sure that we're working with our proportions of our food, proportions of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, so you stay satiated until the next meal. So even though you're at home and you can easily get to the refrigerator, you should be, when it's lunchtime and you're about to eat lunch, you should just be ready to eat. If you're famished, then that means that the proportions of your carbohydrates, proteins, and fats for breakfast didn't work for you. So you got to now start playing around with it until you can kind of create a combination that works for you. Let's see. What is wrong with juice? Oh, so many things. Juice is bad if it comes in a box or bottle, okay? And loving today's cooking with Adita. Thank you for joining us. Yay, Bump Club. We love Bump Club. Okay, so what is wrong with juice? Okay, juice is perfect, ideal, if you squeezed it or you saw the person squeezing it. It's the only time that it's good, okay? And the reason being is that when it's freshly squeezed, it's got all of its nutrition, it's got enzymes that help you break it down, and the sugar has not concentrated yet. But here's what happens with juice. With time, the vitamins that are in juice, they dissipate with oxygen. So the longer the juice is sitting around or in the bottle, in a whatever, the vitamins go away. What manufacturers do is they add in synthetically derived nutrients so that it still has vitamins, but they're synthetically derived, and they make you feel like, okay, you've got something better, but the juice itself has become concentrated sugar. So those little juice boxes for the kids and all that kind of stuff, it's just like, for that, it's sugar water. Just take a half a cup of sugar, add it to your water, and give it to your child. It'll be a lot cheaper that way, okay? That's what it is. But we think we're doing something good because the label of it says, oh, it's 100% vitamin C, and it's got yummy. It's got immune boosting factors, and it's got all this stuff, but it really doesn't, guys. So juice is not that great. But if you did it fresh, that's a whole different story, okay? So if you want to make fresh juice, have at it. That's a great way of doing it. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, how do you feed a child for a party? And you guys, please feel free to put questions in there. You are more than welcome to put questions, and I will answer them for you as we're going along. Okay, so how do you feed a child for a party? So this is a biggie. Not that we're going to parties right now much, but when we were going to parties, it's important for you not to send your child, and this actually applies to adults too, so listen up, okay? Do not send or go to a party hungry. It's very funny. People will like go to a party hungry because in a weird way, it's like really unconscious. Ooh, it's going to be free food. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to eat everything because it's free. But that doesn't really work for you because remember, your body's like a finely tuned engine, and you have to take really great pride in what you're putting into your body because that's creating your health for years to come. Right now, everything I feed this cute little thing next to me is actually going to impact her health when she's 50. She's 9 right now, although she thinks she's going on 21, but that's a different story. But she's 9, And so what I'm feeding her, listen again, what I'm feeding her is going to impact her health when she's 50. So I need to make sure that I am creating a very, very strong foundation of health. Okay? And that's my goal with everything that I feed her. So, you know, I notice a lot of times when parents call me and leave me messages, you know, we get busy. Listen, I get it. I've got actually 2 kids. The other one's back there hopefully doing homework. If not, we're going to wring his neck. No, we're not. But hopefully he's doing homework. But my point of it is I understand it gets crazy. We get busy, and sometimes we just want to feed them and get it over with, okay? But there's ways of doing that. There's ways of setting up your refrigerator so that there's always something you can pull out and create a meal from. And I want you to play around with that. That's called meal prepping. And nowadays, I mean, you can find different, even on my website, you can find blog posts on meal prepping, on how to set up your refrigerator. You know, it's important to set up your refrigerator the right way. And right now you got time. Who was the one who said to me that she was cooking and cleaning up her house? Right? Spring cleaning. Shell. Okay, Shell spring cleaning. Spring clean. Fix up and meal prep and really fix up your refrigerator for success. And then that way, when you got a lot of stuff going on and you want to feed the kids, you can easily create a meal without feeling like you're going to whip out the mac and cheese. If you've heard me before, you know that that's my nemesis. I'm not very happy with mac and cheese.
Food.
It is not my favorite food. It's junk.
That's what I'm giving you for Mother's Day.
Ew, don't give me that for Mother's Day. That would be gross. It breaks down like a sugar. It doesn't provide a whole lot of nutrition of nothing. Actually, this cookie provides more nutrition than the mac and cheese does. And so it's just not the right thing to do. Look at that. We almost got a full tray done here.
Then can I give you Coca-Cola for your birthday?
No Coca-Cola for my birthday either. That's another bad thing. No Coca-Cola. You want foods? Remember, foods are supposed to be your multivitamins. So foods are to provide you with nutrition with every bite. If it doesn't provide you with nutrition, then why? Because if it doesn't provide you with nutrition, I want you to remember this, it will rob your body of good quality nutrition in order to break down and digest it. It's like our immune system. Right now, to me, the immune system is the big thing, right? Because we've got all this stuff going on. You want to boost your immune system. Well, guess what? Sugars, and that's sugar, flour, dairy, and for the adults, alcohol, they end up... What? We ran out? Oh, we can clean that up. Don't worry about it. They end up... Huh? You can pull it out like that. So sugars end up inhibiting your immune system for up to 4 hours, depending on how much you ate. So what does that mean? So I'm going to give you the best example I can give you, okay? So let's say all of you guys came over to my house and we were going to work in the garden. And that's our immune system, okay? And all of a sudden, somebody came to my door and said, I got these boxes for you. Let's bring them in. So half of you guys that were working in my garden decided, oh, let me go help her bring those boxes in. So you left my immune system unattended and you went to the door to help with the boxes. And so that's what happens. Our good nutrition leaves the immune system where they were keeping it strong and fortified in order to help break down and digest sugars and then later on come back to the immune system. So during that time, you know, you can catch something because your immune system is much weaker. We don't want that to happen. Anyways, so my friends, any questions? Because if you have questions, send them in there. And if not, we're going to wrap this puppy up. But look. Here we go. Oops, there we go. We got cookies. We have our cookie snacks for our day. They turned out very yummy. They're so easy to make, as you saw. And for mine, actually, I'm going to end up putting cacao nibs on it. Cacao, okay? Cacao is the root of chocolate, so this is like super high antioxidant, really good for you, but they do have a bitter taste. Kids really don't like them. But I will put those on mine, and that's the way the recipe is in the book. So we like that. But do you have anything to say, my friend? You did a very good job. Can I have a high five for that one? Yeah. Well done. Yeah, I got a sticky hand. Sorry. Well, I hope you guys stay safe, healthy. And, oh, one more thing. We are changing the day to this. So write in your calendar, we're going to be Monday. So that's coming this Monday. We're going to be doing it, okay, because I had a little conflict for Thursdays. So Monday, join us here at Bump Club and Beyond. And you'll see the next recipe we make.
Same time.
Same time, same place. Except it's on Mondays, right? Okay, cool. You guys have a great night. Bye.
Bye.